There's a quiet shift happening. You can feel it in the way people talk about food, in the questions being asked at kitchen tables, in the growing awareness that the systems we rely on may not be as stable as we once believed. Shelves that empty faster than expected, weather patterns that no longer follow familiar rhythms, a sense, sometimes subtle, sometimes overwhelming, that something is changing. And with that comes a question many of us are beginning to ask. What does it mean to be prepared without living in fear? What does it mean to build resilience in a world that feels increasingly uncertain? Today we're talking about food systems, climate anxiety, and the quiet but powerful role of local networks in shaping a more grounded, sustainable future.
Welcome, witches, pagans, heathens, spiritualists, and anyone interested in living sustainably. This is
Old Ways, New Days, where the old ways meet the good dirt.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Nell. And each week we explore the sacred art of living close to the land. From compost to covens, chickens to charms,
We're reclaiming self-sufficiency, seasonal living, and ancestral wisdom.
whether you're stirring your cauldron or your soup pot,
This is a space for wild-hearted folk walking the homesteading path with intention, magic, and muddy boots. Hi, Nell.
how's it going, Kayla?
Good.
Good.
All right. So we're back again.
Round 5. Wait.
We're just going to jump right into it.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
No banter. All right, so we're going to be talking about understanding modern food systems today. Most of us are several steps removed from our food. We don't see where it's grown, who grows it, or how far it travels. Modern food systems are built for efficiency and scale. Food is often grown in one place, processed in another, packaged yet somewhere else, and then shipped across long distances. This system has made food widely available, but also vulnerable. When one part of the chain is disrupted, from weather events, transportation issues, or even economic instability, the effects ripple outward quickly. Resilience begins with awareness. Not fear, but understanding.
For many people, conversations about food and sustainability bring up something deeper: anxiety. Not just about what's happening now, but about what's coming next. This is often referred to as climate anxiety. I can speak. This is often referred to as climate anxiety. It can often show up as overwhelm, helplessness, urgency without direction, a constant sense of unease. And it's important to say, this response makes sense. When faced with large-scale challenges, it's natural to feel uncertain, but staying in that state doesn't help us move forward. The goal is not to ignore these feelings, but to ground them, to turn awareness into action.
So resilience is often misunderstood. It's not about being completely self-sufficient. It's not about preparing for every possible scenario. It's about adaptability, the ability to respond, adjust, and continue. In practical terms, resilience can look like having multiple sources of food, building practical skills, strengthening relationships, and reducing reliance on fragile systems. It's less about independence and more about interdependence.
One of the most direct ways to build resilience is to reconnect with food. Not in an all or nothing way, but in small, consistent steps. This might include growing herbs or vegetables, even in small spaces, learning basic food preservation, cooking more meals at home, understanding seasonal availability. These actions do more than provide food. They rebuild knowledge, they create confidence, and they shift your relationship from passive consumption to active participation.
Resilience doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in community. Local networks are one of the most overlooked and most powerful forms of resilience. These can include farmers markets, community gardens, seed exchange, skill sharing groups, and neighbors helping neighbors. When you know who grows your food, who has extra, who has knowledge, you're no longer dependent on distant systems alone. You're part of something closer, something more responsive, something more human.
It's easy to feel like individual actions don't matter, but resilience is built through accumulation. Small actions repeated over time. You don't need to change everything all at once. You can start with one plant, one new skill, one connection, and let it grow from there. The goal is not perfection, it's participation.
There is a balance to be found between staying informed and staying grounded. Too much focus on uncertainty can lead to paralysis. Too little awareness can lead to unpreparedness. Resilience lives in the middle, where you acknowledge reality, take meaningful action, and still make space for rest, joy, and connection. Because sustainability isn't just about systems, it's about people.
Uncertainty is not new.
Every generation has faced it in different forms.
What matters is how we respond.
Resilience is not something you suddenly have.
It's something you build.
In your kitchen,
In your garden,
in your relationships.
in the choices you make day after day.
You don't need to control the future.
But you can shape how you meet it
With knowledge,
with intention.
with connection.
And maybe that's the quiet truth beneath all of this.
That even in uncertain times,
There are still things we can grow
and learn. And share.
and love. I don't know. I'm just babbling now.
Yeah.
Ugh, kitty cat.